What's up, Joel? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much, man. How's your week going so far, bro?
Everything's going pretty good. Just being in vacation mode, and then had a real long day yesterday.
I mean, I bet you was traveling the majority of the day.
Uh, well, we traveled all day Sunday, and then yesterday we ended up going to one of the theme parks.
Okay, okay. Man, yeah, yep. Like on vacation, bro.
Mhm.
I want you to know, like during vacation, like that's the time just to really maintain, right? Because like usually what I found is when you go on vacation, you're not gonna really lose any fat. You're probably not gonna work out as much as you would if you were at home. Like you're trying to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So I really want you to enjoy yourself, but just focus on, just tracking some stuff, right? Tracking your food, get that growing. And then just making sure that you get like a ton of steps, right? Because like I tell all my clients, like vacation is just to maintain your weight. You don't, because like some people just be like, oh, well, I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna just eat whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then they gain 5 or 6 pounds on vacation, right? We don't want that. I want you to still enjoy your vacation, but like just maintain your weight. If you gain like a pound or two, that's fine because that's usually just water weight. But don't expect to be losing weight and to be on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're on vacation. So just enjoy it, and then we'll hash out and we'll really like get dive straight into like your goals and stuff, and start focus on seeing progress when you get from vacation. Okay. So yeah, so don't worry about it, bro. Now, with that being said, okay, the first thing that I do want you, the main reason why, we joined this call is because at first I wanted to see like how you track your food, right? Because there's a
Mhm.
specific way that I want you to track your food to make sure that it's accurate, right?
Okay.
So, I did share my screen with you, so that you can share your screen and then kind of show me a little bit like how, you would track your food in the past. And then I'll tell you like how I want you to track it moving forward
Mhm.
so that you can consider so that we're on the same page. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So you just want me to share my
Yep.
um.
Yep.
All right. So I used to track mine two different ways.
Hmm.
Um, so I originally started with my Fitness Pal, then I started tracking it in the actual that Trainer Wise app.
Hmm.
Um, but now that I'm moving back to my Fitness Pal, this is how I usually do it. Let me see.
Yeah. So for moving forward, I want you to track everything in MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is the best way to track all your.
Okay. Share camera, share screen. Okay. What can you? Okay, so let me see. I've never used the share screen on here before. That's why I'm just
So
looking at
at the
this.
bottom is going to say I just made it where multiple participants can share. It's going to be like the chat button. You'll see participants, chat, react, and then it'll show like a share and it's like a green arrow up.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just hit that, and then it should start sharing it. Mm-mm-mm.
What does this start, bro? Because I'm using my phone.
Okay. Yeah, let me just.
Let's see.
Oh, I can't even do it on
And
here
and the
because.
only lap because I didn't bring my laptop. I got my wife's
Yeah. So at the
laptops.
bottom. So at the bottom, tell me the icons at the bottom that you read.
Okay. So I got participants, chat, reaction, share,
Share.
AI.
Share.
Uh-huh. All
Yeah.
right. Then when I hit share, it says screen,
Yep.
photos, share camera, iCloud Drive, website URL, and I click screen.
Hmm.
And then when I try to click screen, it says everything on your screen, including notifications, will
Yep.
enable.
Just allow it.
Okay. So then it says, so then it has the Zoom with the check, and then it has start broadcast.
Hit start broadcast.
Okay. Are you able to, what are you able to see?
I can see it now.
Okay.
And then okay, now let's go to my fitness pal.
Okay.
Okay. So so like yeah, just show just like let me see like how you just like record go to your diary yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, create one cup. Okay, so moving forward, like the reason why I don't want you to do it in cup, can you move my face real quick? Because I can't see the whole thing. So
Okay.
yeah, just you see my face at the bottom? Just
Yeah, I can see it.
yeah, just move it to the side. Like just move it to the side. Okay. So like instead of having it one cup, I want you to weigh it in grams. Like do you have your food scale with you?
Not with me this week,
Okay.
but I do
So
have one now.
okay, yeah, when you go home, you want to
Mhm.
make sure that you weigh your food up in grams and on a food scale because
Okay.
because one cup of cheese grits to you might be a whole different thing to them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like one cup could be this. One cup could be like a small coffee mug, right? But we don't know, right? So you could have actually ate more here than 210, but we don't know because you didn't weigh it up. So a food scale, you like all you would do is very simple. All you got to do is just take the grits that you're eating, right?
Mhm.
That's in a bowl and then put the bowl with the grits in it on the scale and then convert and then put it in grams and then it will tell you how many grams those grits are in. And then you would put those. Do you know how to put those grits like in grams on into MyFitnessPal?
Um,
So
I
like
have
click
an idea.
yeah, hit cheese grits, hit it.
Okay.
Well, go back. You hit back. Now hit the cheese grits. Like just hit the yep. Now see where it says serving size?
Mm-hmm.
Click that, and then go down. And I see where it says
Okay.
1 gram. You would put in one
Okay.
gram, and then whatever whatever it says in grams, you would put the serving
Oh,
size,
okay.
right? So like put like 300 grams in there. Just put it in there. Hit X. You don't need to do premium to do that. Um, just type in just type do decimal. Always do decimal, not fraction. Now type in
Mhm.
300. Boom. So if it's 300 grams, right, then that's how many calories that you're eating. Now type in 500, right? Boom. Now it'd be 463. You see the difference,
I see
right?
it.
It's more accurate. Now, if the serving size was 10, it was 10 G's, how do you, and if it said 10 G's, right?
Mm.
But you was eating 200 grams of, you know, 200 grams of cheese grits, what do you think you would put the serving size as?
You said if it's at 10 G's.
Yeah, for serving size. Let's say the serving size was 10 grams, right?
Uh-huh.
In there, how do you think you would, and then your food scale says you're eating 200 grams of carbs. I mean, 200 grams of cheese grits. How do you think you would put that in here in serving sizes?
Would I change the 1 gram? Well,
No,
10
like
G's.
let's just say hypothetical. Let's say that
Okay.
serving size up here was 10 grams, right? Instead of one, right?
Okay.
And you were trying, and it's your food scale said 200 grams, right? Like, how do you think you would insert 200 grams if your serving size is 10 grams?
I would do 20 as my serving size.
Yep. Okay,
All
perfect.
right.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. See, it's just simple math. So, like, that's how you would do it. That's the most accurate way to do it. Okay.
Okay.
And that's how you would weigh something up if you were like going out with the wife and stuff like that. That's how you would do it. So go hit the arrow back. So like you never want to weigh things up in cups because we don't know what cup they're using. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Um, go to 1.5 large eggs. What's that? One large egg with cheese. Okay. Hit the serving size on that. So you always want the serving size to be grams. If they don't see how it says 1 gram right there, you always want it in that because that's the most accurate. Because we don't know what one large egg is to them. We don't know. We don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? A cup to them might be a small cup this big, right?
Hmm.
But then you got a big cup like this, now it's off. And then you're like, oh, well, I'm not losing any weight. Well, it's because, the serving size that you put was like you inserted it incorrectly. So always remember this. Always put everything in grams.
Grams, okay.
Grams. That's the easiest measurement to do. Okay. So hit the arrow back. Let's see the other entries. So it's steamed patties. Okay, you
And
do.
this is in slices.
So if you have so like with that, you can get away with just putting like the slice if it's the exact brand, right? So let's say what's a bacon brand that you eat?
Mm, What's that?
Jimmy Dean's or something? I don't know.
Not necessarily. Well, I do eat Jimmy Dean's, but it's another brand that's a little bit more popular. But a lot of times, sometimes I just get the generic brand.
Okay. If it's a generic brand, okay, so like
Mm.
so like some of the bacon brands are like Smithfield, right?
Yeah.
if if it says like if you wanted to put that in there, you have to put the exact brand in there, and then you can do
Okay.
like one slice because they're really good
Okay.
at doing that. But if it's a generic brand like this,
Hmm.
I would definitely weigh that up in grams, right?
Okay.
Now, at the end of the day, bacon on average is only between 70 to 80 calories, right, bro? So I'm not, that's not a big, what I'm saying, deal breaker, right?
Hmm.
So like I won't be on you too much about bacon, but like big things, I will kind of be, on you on that. The more accurate
Okay.
that you can be with your tracking, the more accurate, the better results you'll get, right?
Okay.
So like always put it in grams. Um, weigh up as much food as you can. If you can't weigh up your food, that's fine, right? Just give your best estimation as possible, right? As possible. Okay.
Okay.
Um, because I know that you won't always have a scale lying around, but don't be like, okay, I don't have my scale, so I can't get the exact measurement, so I'm not going to track anything. That's not the
Okay.
mindset to have. We're not looking to be perfect. We're looking to progress.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So go hit the arrow back. Let's see. Jimmy D. Okay, chicken finger. Okay, go back. Go down to the chicken fingers. Where did you get the chicken fingers from?
This was at I got this in Animal Kingdom at one of those
Oh, Animal Kingdom. Okay.
mhm.
Okay. So like stuff like that. I'm glad that you use the one thing that I did notice that you do that is good is that you use the accurate like the approved um symbol, right, for chicken fingers. You know that green arrow and
Mhm.
that shield. That means it's approved. That means it's more accurate. So always keep on using that. Okay, when you don't know. So like, of course, the only way to truly know how much the chicken fingers is really is to weigh
Mhm.
it up. But since you was at the animal kingdom, and you have four chicken fingers or tenders, whatever you have, this is about as accurate as you're gonna get, right, with it. So like I'm glad that you have this, but also like the sauce, you have to think about the sauce that you probably had with it too.
Yeah, I did one of those, just a small cup of the honey mustard sauce, but I didn't even use all of it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so just know that that is something that you technically would have to track. But if you
Okay.
don't track it, right, don't beat yourself up about it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because I understand like, the fact that you just tracked it in general, especially with it being your first week, is
mm,
100% great, good. But if the way that you would track like the small sauce, if you had a food scale on you, is just to put the
mm,
sauce on like your food scale and then just weigh it up in teaspoons or something like that,
mhm.
whatever unit that they use, right? So, sauces are a little different. Yeah, sauces are a little different, just a little bit, because it's a liquid kind of. So yeah. Okay. Hit the arrow back. Let's see. Okay. Keep.
And I got this from Animal Kingdom as well. This was about the closest thing I could find.
Okay. And it was spicy chicken stir fry.
Yep, that's the name of it, Korean spicy chicken stir fry.
Okay. Now, I don't mind you eating, stuff like that from time to time because you're on vacation. So like, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, don't eat that. You know,
Mm,
just what I like to tell, my clients is if it's hard for you to track, then stay away from it.
okay.
because like I'm pretty sure that the Korean spicy chicken stir fry probably was really hard to track because you don't know what sauces they put in there. You don't know, how much of it is for real. That's something that you would, and you can't even make it like you can't make
Yeah.
it a meal because you don't know what they put in it.
Yeah, they had some everything. Got a bunch of sauces. They got a bunch of
Yeah,
like
you know.
rice and pineapples and
Yeah.
chicken, like all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that you can't really determine, like you couldn't even make that a meal because you don't even know what's in it. Right?
Mm.
Like my fitness pal, you can make a recipe, like a meal in the recipe on there. You couldn't even do that. So like the fact that you did that. Now I would have made it probably a little bit. I'd probably say that was about a little bit over 376. Right? I'll
Yeah.
take two servings. You always look, so you always want to think that things are more than what you put.
Okay.
Because I'd rather be safe than sorry.
All right.
You know what I mean? Because let's say that you put it as less, and then you're like, oh, should I gain some weight? No, I would have put it
Hmm.
like I'd had that probably was easily 500 calories. Right? I
Okay.
I would say. But also I didn't see it, so I don't know. So okay, head back. Okay. Now, other than that, you do need to change your macros into the MyFitnessPal app because I know I didn't give you 1,600 calories. I know that for sure. Um, do you how many calories did I give you?
You gave me 2,200.
Okay. So yeah, so you want to make sure that that's in there because so that it so
Let's
you're not
see.
going off the 1,600. Let me see.
I thought I changed it. Um, let's see, edit. See, in here it's already edited. What? Guess it didn't say.
Well, go back. Oh, hit done, hit done, whatever. Go to
Yes.
settings at the bottom or more. Go to goals. Go to calorie, carbs, fats, proteins, and then let's change up. Let's change. Okay, okay. So you changed it, right?
Mhm.
Or no, that's not right. I know that's not right. It should be 35, 45. The protein should be 35.
35%.
Yeah. Let me
All
see.
right.
Let me check though real quick. Let me check real quick though. So you got
Okay.
193 grams of protein. Okay, yeah, 193. The carbs 40, 35 probably. 35.
Or
Fat.
was it, or was it 25?
20. Try 25.
All right. It's gonna be 100.
Yep. Perfect. Perfect. Hit that. Now your macros are aligned specifically. So just make sure that you always do that too, so that
Okay.
it's not messed up. Okay. Now did you watch the macro video yet?
Yes, I watched it. It
Okay.
was
So I need
very informative.
Okay. Cool, cool. So yeah, so what I want you to do is I want you to make a meal plan, right?
Okay.
So like did you watch how to pre-log your food and everything like that?
Yeah, I seen where you was talking about when you pre-log your food, you just it's better to pre-log it like as you make your meal. I mean before you make your meals or like while you make your meals instead of waiting for that day or tracking them in real time because you was like
Maybe yeah.
you was like that's a bad you were just saying that's really a bad method to use. Just always pre-log your food.
Yeah. So if because like if you wait until the day of to log your food and you're just eating as you go,
Mhm.
you'll be tracking your food, right? Yeah. But our goal isn't just to track your food. Our goal is to
Hmm.
hit the targets,
Yeah.
right? And that's the mindset that I want you to have because a lot of people are like, well, at least I'm tracking the food. I'm like, bro, I don't want you to just to track the food. I want you to hit the
Mm-hmm.
numbers, right? So like yeah, so like the best way to hit the numbers is to log like even if it's just the night before, just figure out what you're gonna eat the night before the night before the next day and then just log it in advance. But what a lot of my best clients do is they do this. They log their food in for the week. Now, since you're on vacation,
Hmm.
right? That's a little different. That's a little tricky. So that won't be something that I won't really expect you just to pre-log your food on vacation. But
Hmm.
what I do want you to do is this. I want you to create a meal plan, right?
Hmm.
And then pre-log it for next week,
Okay.
right? So that when you come home, you know exactly what you're gonna eat.
Okay. So usually, and I'm gonna see like, because I'm gonna see how my wife feels about this because, like I said, she usually goes ahead and make our little meal preps, and usually what ends up happening is, she makes us meals for 4 days, Monday through Thursday, and basically we always have a protein, we have veggies, and then we have um. Did she give us like a protein, veggie, and maybe a little bit of a like maybe some kind of starch, maybe, but not a lot. And then then we have, of course, in the morning we usually have like breakfast and a protein bar or something like that. So it's kind of
So
we kind of
so
eat similar foods that on a daily. How you were saying in your video.
so is it food that okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. How about you?
Hmm.
Okay, so then since you already know that she's going to cook the food, right?
Hmm.
She doesn't, I know, I'm pretty sure she doesn't know exactly what you guys are going to eat right now.
Yes, she doesn't know yet.
So let's be proactive and
Okay.
let's make our meal plan before that, and she can just eat what you're eating.
Okay.
So like you can just tell her like, hey, like we got to get this, we got to get that, we got to get this, right?
Okay.
Specifically for my macros, right? So,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure like if it's already done, she won't mind it, right? And then she can
Yeah.
just eat like breakfast, whatever breakfast she wants. Like, yeah, babe, you can eat whatever breakfast you want. But like breakfast and I mean lunch and dinner, I'm guessing that
Hmm.
you guys can eat the same thing.
Because it'll make her life easier if I go ahead and
Yeah,
have it in.
just proactively just be like, yeah, this is what we're gonna eat, right? Like just it's healthier, well, it's healthy, and then I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure she wouldn't have a problem with it. So
No, she won't have a problem with it.
okay. So yeah, so do that. Now what I want you to do
Hmm.
when you make your meal plan, right? I want you to go in, right? And then I want you to log it in for next week.
Okay.
Okay, log it in for next week and let me see it. Okay, like you have to log it in first. Okay, so like go back to hit that arrow, hit that arrow. Arrow again. Dashboard. Go scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Hit calories. I mean hit diary at the bottom. And then hit that arrow where it's next to yesterday. Hit it again. Keep on hitting it until you get to next Monday. Next Monday. Boom. There you go. When do you guys get back from your trip?
Um, we'll get back. We'll get back sometime Saturday evening.
Okay.
Hmm.
Perfect. So the meal plan that you're going to use, that means you're going to create, okay, that hits your macro. Okay, make sure that this hits your macros exactly. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure it's in grams. Okay, so tell ChatGPT to spit it out in grams.
Okay.
Log it all in here. Right? Did you see how in the video it said to tell it how to tell you how to log it in there?
Yeah, I seen where basically I just log it and then I just pretty much have everything just copied to the next few days for the whole week or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or 4 days, whatever, how many, 4 days, right?
Okay.
So you're gonna put your entire meal plan in here, right?
Okay.
And you're gonna text me and you're gonna say, hey coach, like can you look at my meal plan for uh May 5th May
Okay.
5th. Do not pre-log it until I look at it
Okay.
because you don't want to pre-log 4 days worth of food and it doesn't get you to, and it's not aligned with your macros. Does that make sense? Like you don't
Okay.
want to use a meal plan that's not going to get you to your goals, right? So sit down, make your meal plan, okay? And then log it all for Monday, May 5th, okay? And then once you do that, let me
Mhm.
know, okay, so I can go in and double check it. And then when I
Okay.
go and double check it, give you a thumbs up, then you can just pre-log it for the next 4 days, and then you have a whole meal plan for the week already done. Then all you and your wife has to do is just go get the food.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the best way. The best way to hit your macros, bro, like no bullshit, is to do it in advance. Never had anybody in my program who was able to do it on the fly and hit that shit on the dot every day.
Mhm.
Didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Right? It just won't happen. I guarantee you it won't happen. Okay. So like just really like macros come down to how well you can plan in advance.
Okay.
I noticed that the people that have the worst time with macros are the people that first don't watch the video, and then two, they're poor at planning in advance. They like to do everything on the fly, last second, right? If you are a person that can do very well at pre-planning, this will be a piece of cake, and you won't have a problem, right?
Okay.
Did you see my client Montreal? His
Yeah, I see.
man, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like I'm gonna actually take over the thing. Replace current.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you real quick.
And with the chat, with the what is it called? Chat GP.
ChatGPT. Yep.
Is
You
is that something I can use on my laptop or is my phone
can do
or it
both.
doesn't matter?
You can do
Okay.
both. Yeah,
Because
ChatGPT. Go ahead.
I seen the chat. I downloaded the app on my phone, but I was trying to figure out is there something like an app I need to download onto my laptop as
Laptop.
well?
No, because
Okay.
ChatGPT. Okay, hit stop share. I'll show you real quick.
Okay.
Stop share. I'm gonna show you. So he's the reason why they lost yesterday. But okay, so ChatGPT. Okay. So oh, it just went straight to it because I use ChatGPT all the time. So ChatGPT, you can use any ChatGPT that you want. So I just type in ChatGPT on the internet. You can do
Mhm.
this on your phone, and then you can use any one of these. I just use the first one, it's just the first one there, and then I just type in like custom macro meal. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do it for my macros though. You know what I'm saying? And I sent you the prompt that I use, right?
Mhm.
And then when you're making your meal plan, do not let it give you food that you don't like.
Okay.
Okay, don't do that. Because you will be resistant to it. You will not eat it. You'll be like, nah, bro, I can't follow this. If let's say that you don't like because I actually had it go in here and redo my stuff for me one time. Let's just say that you don't like out of this meal plan. Let's say it spits you out your meal plan, right?
Mhm.
And you don't like Premier protein pancakes. You tell them, hey, the plan is good, but I don't like protein pancakes. Sub that out for something else that helps me hit my macros, but
Okay.
sub that something for something else that I like. I like this, right? Do not eat things that do you do not have to eat things you don't like. You do not have to eat things that you don't like. There's always a substitution for something. You just have to find it. Okay? Like another example. If you don't like top sirloin steak, right? If you don't like steak, you can tell ChatGPT, "Hey, I don't like steak.
Okay.
Switch that out for something else." But I still want to hit my macros. And they'll go in there and they'll redo it for you. So like you just have to play with it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna take a minute. It's not gonna be done in 20 minutes, right? Unless you just take whatever meal plan they give you the first time. Okay. So like just really sit down. What I tell a lot
Mhm.
of my clients is I tell them what I tell them is to figure out what foods, and I find that this is the hardest thing for a lot of people. Like I'm starting to notice this is very hard. Find foods, I mean, really think about what foods you can eat consistently every day. Consistently. Like if you had no choice and you were a dog, right?
Mhm.
So that's like, because dogs eat the same thing all the time. So, if you were a dog and you had to eat basically similar foods every single day, what exactly would you eat? Because the way that you're going to get results is through consistency. I'm not going to lie to you, right? You're going to be pretty much eating the same foods all the time. But you can have a cheat meal. You can go out with the wife, right? There's nothing wrong with variety. There's nothing wrong with it.
Mhm.
The problem with variety is people want variety every day or every other
Mhm.
day. And that's when things get messed up, right? Just think about it like your job. Let's say that you were working a shift, in the morning for 2 days, 3 days.
Mhm.
You're used to it. Then your boss is like, okay, now you're working nights. That's gonna completely mess you up. Okay,
Right.
bet. So then you do 2 or 3 days on nights, and then they're like, okay, now you're back to mornings. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So if you want consistent results, right, keep your meals consistent, keep your
Mhm.
steps consistent, and keep your workouts consistent. That's the only way that you can get consistent progress if all three of those things are consistent. The steps, the macros, right? And the workouts. If you notice that you're losing weight, but you're not looking the way that you want, right? It's because you're not consistent with the workouts, or you're not consistently getting stronger, or you're probably not consistently, yeah, you're probably just not consistently getting stronger. If you're not losing weight, but you're getting stronger, you're not consistent with the steps in the macros.
Okay.
The macros are our number one priority because I know you can work out. You work out 6 days a week, right? It ain't nothing. You told me on the call, you was like, George, like going to the gym is nothing, right?
Mhm.
It's the macros. That's going to take you to the next level. Hyper focusing on the things that, you're probably, are important to you, but you kind of like you're not as it's not as um easy, it's not as apparent as the working out. The working out is clockwork, right? If we get the macros like clockwork, we can get the steps like clockwork, and we get
Right.
all three of those together, it'd be like it's gonna you're gonna look great, right? Fitness, right, is simple, right? Fitness is simple. I don't want to make this hard, right? Because you're not trying to be like a competitor or nothing. So like fitness is simple, but you just have to master the three basics. You have to master going to the gym consistently and master your form. Until I see your form, I won't know, right? But
Okay.
you have to get better at the gym. So that means focusing on your tempo, your form, getting stronger, right? Hyper focusing on that. Then, because you already passed the consistency part, you're already consistent. The next level of that is okay, is my form right? Am I getting stronger? Am I squeezing the muscle right? That's the next level for you.
Okay.
The workout, I mean the nutrition. Okay, I know that I have to eat healthier. You've been eating cleaner. That's phase one. Phase two is okay, I'm gonna still eat cleaner, but I'm gonna hit how much I need to hit my protein, my calorie intake, and stay under my fats. That's the next level to take you to the next level. And then the third quadrant is the steps. In the past, you probably got 5, 6, 7,000 steps. Now we raise the steps, right? Because if I raise the steps for you, you'll be burning more calories. That means I can give you more calories to eat, right?
Okay.
And if you can have more calories to eat, right, that means you're going to eat more protein. And if you can eat more protein, you're going to retain a lot of that muscle that you have on you, and you're going to be dropping body fat like that, right? You're gonna be looking good, right? So that's why I like the steps are like they're non-negotiable. Like they
Mhm.
gotta get done because and you'll notice this. This
Mhm.
if you don't believe me, try it out for yourself. I want you to try a week getting over the 11,000. I tell you, and you're gonna watch the skill go down. Just one day, don't hit that, and you'll see the scale jump up. You'll be like, oh shit, off of just one day. And you'll be like, you'll be surprised. You'll be like, man, just one day of me not, going, hitting my steps, the scale goes up because you didn't
Mhm.
keep that level of activity, that you didn't keep that activity level up, right? So once you do that, bro, this is gonna be easy. It's gonna be a piece of cake. Now, of course, I have to go in and I have to switch up your macros and stuff based off. I'll go in there and I'll readjust that because sometimes you might hold a little bit more water or whatever the case may be. But um, I'll switch that up. I'll do that hard part. You just have to just consistently get better at at those three things.
Okay.
Okay. So just always look to get more efficient at the basics. Okay. It's nothing like too many people are trying to look at like, okay, what's the hack? What's the shiny, like my mentor always says, the shiny object. Like people are always looking at the next trending thing. You ain't got to look at the next trending thing. You just have to master the basics. I do pretty much the same workouts every day, but I'm learning to master them. I'm mastering my tempo. I'm mastering my intensity, right? So like I'll do and I'll give you an example. There's a guy that that I work out with sometimes, right? He's he doesn't feel the workouts because he's just rushing through the sets, right?
Mhm.
He's like, oh, I don't feel it. I gotta just move from workout to workout. I just gotta move, 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 move. It's like he's like a beat, right? When I do my workouts, I feel the workout after one workout or two workouts. I feel pumped because I'm focused and intentional on every set and every rep. You know what I mean? I'm very intentional. Okay. Don't matter if you're hitting it if you ain't hitting it right. I know you heard that one before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's true, right? It doesn't matter. Like 'cause I know you go into the gym all the time and you see people just rushing through it and they're like, oh, I need more, I need more, I need more. No, you need to master what you're doing. You need to be intentional with what you're doing. Every set, every rep, you need to be intentional as possible. Every macro, every day, every step, you need to be intentional. If you focus on being intentional and being efficient, this will be an easy process.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because one thing that I say I never want to do, and I never want to be one of those people that go in the gym every day. And like there are times I see people they lift very heavy, they work out all the time, but
Mhm.
there's no change to their physique. Just looks
Mhm.
the same. And they've
Mhm.
been working out for like over like I see these same people sometimes in the gym for like I've been going for a year and a half. And like where I've seen progress, I don't see no progress with them. I don't see like them adding no muscle, no definition, no nothing. It just looks they look the same as the day that I first seen them work out.
That's crazy because I see it too. And I'm like, bro, you're doing just as much as me. Like,
Mm,
why is there no change? But the reason why there's no change is because people are more interested in just saying that they went to the gym
mm,
than actually doing what's necessary to get the results from the gym. They're more interested in saying, well, at least I go consistently. They're interested in just going consistently, right? They're still at beginner level thinking. Like, well, at
mm,
least I'm going. At least I'm going. At least I'm going. Because my friend right here not going. We passed that. This, as you can see, this program is a lot different. We ain't talking
mm,
about, oh, at least we're going. Ain't none of them talking about that. That
mm.
like we left that at the front door. Okay, you wouldn't be a part of the program if you couldn't go to the gym. I'd tell you straight up on the phone, like, yeah, bro, this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna work. I can't hold your hand. I can't hold your hand and
Right.
push you into the gym. But like we passed that. Now
Mm,
we're focusing on right what we need to do to elicit the results that we want. That's be bro, I see it all the time. Bro, I go to the gym sometimes twice a day and I see the same people, right, who have gone to the gym as long as me, literally look the same. Literally look the goddamn same, right? And I'm like,
mm.
why? And I study them. I'm like, okay, how the fuck are they not looking any different? I study them, right? Sometimes I'm like, okay, I see that, when they go into the gym, they're rushing. They're talking to everybody, right? They're more focused on what song to put next. They're texting. They're not intentional, right? Just check them out. Ask them, they probably barely do cardio. They don't. I know they don't. If they wear an Apple Watch and you were to check their steps, they get like 4 or 5,000 steps. Like,
Mm,
but then they're trying to kill themselves running and doing cardio.
mm.
But then they're like, well, I'm good because I'm consistent. I'm like, okay, the point of being consistent is to see an outcome. If you don't see that outcome, you're wasting your time. If you went to work consistently and never got paid, do you think you would still go? No. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like that's what they're doing. They're going consistently and they're just not getting their paycheck. That's absurd to me. Yeah, their paycheck might be okay, yeah, like yeah, I feel good, but that's the first step. Okay, you go consistently, you start feeling good. You'll feel even better if you saw the fruits of your labor, right? Or am I tripping? I think maybe I'm just
I think you're right about that.
You know what I mean? I go to get the fruits of my like I know I would feel a lot better if I still saw consistent change. They don't see that shit. They just like, oh yeah, whatever. So focus on the workouts. Those are easy. Okay, that's going to be easy. I'm still gonna check your form. And I'm gonna still look at that because that
Okay.
is important too. I got to see if you're controlling the weight and stuff like that. But the first month, I want to see progression with the macros. I
Okay.
want to see, you become non-negotiable with the steps, right? Though, like, 'cause as you can see in our group chat, they're knocking those. They're just like, you saw me yesterday. I just did 18,000. Like, I was working all day. I was like, I gotta get those steps in. Just finished them up, right?
Mhm.
So like that's really the difference. That's really the difference. And you don't have to, um, go twice a day to go to the gym to get your steps done. You can get them done just by walking around, right? But they got to get done consistently. But other than that, I don't have anything else. You have any questions, any comments, anything?
Yeah. So, as far as macros, with fats, so I want to know because I need to get your perspective on this.
Okay.
So I've been told that it's okay to go over on your fats. Is that a myth, or is that because I've been told that your fats that has something to do like with your hormonal balance and all that, and so it's okay to exceed your fats. That's something that we don't really care about. Is this a true statement?
It depends how much are you trying to go over on your fats?
Like, I'm not trying to go over it. I'm just saying if I was to go over it, because my thing is I wasn't because I was told that I didn't watch my fats as much.
Okay.
Not intentionally going over it, but I just didn't really care too much about it. Because it is, I do see like when you eat stuff there, generally the first macro or the first your fats go up the fastest that I've noticed from
Mm,
the stuff that I eat.
mhm.
So I was just wondering, like, is that something that I just got to be a little bit more mindful of, and make sure that I'm not going over? Because I was just told, well, fats are good. You can just go up. Don't worry about fats. So I'm just want to make sure that that's a accurate statement. You
So,
know.
the blatant answer is you want to stay under your fats as much as possible.
Okay.
Reason why is because fats have the most calories in it, right? So, because like protein is like 1 gram, 1 gram of protein per pound is like 4 calories. 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of carbs is four, right? And then, but fats, one gram of fats is nine.
Okay.
So, a good rule of thumb, like I know you're not going to be perfect, right?
Mm.
But you don't want to go over them by no more than 10.
Okay.
Okay. But like we really want you to stay under that or hit it
Okay.
just like on the dot. So like if you blow over it by 50 grams,
Mm.
you probably overate, right? Like so like that's not what I want you to do. Like if you go over it by 10, I mean if you go over just and it's at 10, that'll be fine. But it really also depends on how your body adjusts too. If you're consistently going over your fats and you start gaining weight,
Mm.
now we gotta lower those fats and stay under, right?
Okay.
Some clients can get away with it, right? I still tell them, hey, look, you stay under them fats, right? They go over the fats by 10, right? And they still dropping pounds and look good. So like I guess it depends on the person, but I would tell you specifically, if you want a blatant answer, you stay under those fats. But the most I will take is over by 10, right? Then I'll
Okay.
be like, okay, shit, we're blowing through those. Like yesterday, I blew through my fats, right? Because they go up, they go up. But I had my calorie intake, protein intake. The fats are the first thing that go up. So yeah, those things that's a great question though. It's a great question though.
So for the most part, and if I were to go over on any of my macros, protein would be the one that you wouldn't mind me going over on protein.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind, but you're eating 200 grams of protein. I don't
Okay.
if you I don't think you'd want to eat that much. Like
Okay.
after a minute, it gets hard to go over that consistently. Like you have to eating a lot of protein a day. It's pretty hard. But like if you go over it and you're under your calorie intake, I'm not gonna be unless you're going over it like by 100 or something. Then
Okay.
okay, you don't need that much protein, right?
Okay.
You know, so realistically, try to make sure that you're not going over anything by too much, because too much
Okay.
of anything ain't good,
Okay.
right? So, always stay under the calorie intake, but not massively under the calorie intake. Like
Okay.
you should not be 300, 400, 500 calories under the intake. Because people will be like, well, I'm trying to lose weight. That's not the point. We're trying to fuel your body correctly, right? If you're consistently staying under, when I drop you, your body's going to get used to being
Mm.
at, or I'd have to drop you even lower, right? Because if I tell you to eat 2,200 and you eating 15, right? Like you're, I'd have to drop you to damn near 16. Just because your body's used to that, and like your
Mm.
body's smarter than we think. Like it knows, like kind of like, okay, bet like you're eating this much, so it actually try to preserve some of the fat, right? In
Okay.
some cases.
Yeah. Thank you, because I just, this I just feel like, I've never like, I've never been educated on this stuff to this extent. So, you know, to me, it sounds like, the stuff you talk about, it's more sound to me. You know what I'm saying? It makes a lot more sense to me. And
Sure.
it goes with, to me it goes with common sense and the knowledge that you've been describing about the
Hmm.
macros. So
Hmm.
I can, I can do this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the thing. Yeah, I want to make sure. Any questions that you do have,
Mm,
just always shoot me a message and just be like, hey, you can always shoot me any message, right?
okay.
On our client calls, I do go more in depth, on macros and what you should know and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely when, on Fridays, if you can join, definitely join. Definitely join.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, because
go ahead.
yeah, I was just saying, I will say it's a lot of stuff that I'm like I am gonna have to change my way of. It's not even necessarily. It is a way of thinking as far as um I gotta get conditioned to doing things in grams instead of just picking stuff. And
Hmm.
then I also have to I gotta change the way you know how I've gotten used to a certain way that I work out. So when I do go to the gym, I just have to change the way in which I work out. So like um usually I'll have just a day for like arms or legs or whatever. And I see like in the workout it's a lot more, I have like more muscle groups that I'm working. So that's fine. I'm just saying for me it's just gonna be a way of me reconditioning myself,
Hmm.
you know.
Sometimes it changes
So
for the body. So
hmm
I personally, I don't like programming just one muscle group per day.
hmm
Um, I find that, no, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but you
hmm
have to truly like annihilate that muscle for it to be like, and yeah, you'd have to like I know some bodybuilders that do that. Like they just hit one
hmm
muscle group, a day, but they're truly training like all out. Like they're, what I'm saying, they're going crazy with it. Right? So, um I do two muscle groups. I found that works the best for most people because
Okay.
first you don't have to work out as diligently throughout. You don't have to work out as frequently throughout the week.
hmm
As long as you're hitting two of your as long as you're hitting every muscle group twice a week, you're good. You
Okay.
you'll have a balanced physique and you'll look good. Now, unless you're trying to be like a bodybuilder and you have lagging muscle groups that you have to like,
hmm
let's say you have to catch up your legs, then that's when you have to program more leg days. But the average person is just trying to be balanced out,
hmm
right? So just two muscle groups. All you have to do is hit every muscle group twice a week. It'll grow, right? And you'll be balanced out. So
Okay. Well, I'm good. I don't have any other questions really.
Okay. And then also this is recorded, so I will be sending this over to you so that you can look at it again if you need to. Um,
Okay.
I don't have anything else. But yeah. Just send me over that once you get a chance. I know you're on vacation, so just take your time.
All
Look over
right.
that video, create that meal plan. Try to do it before you guys get back because you know your wife is gonna cook, so you can just have it already done in advance. Um
Mhm.
have the meal plan done. Log it for what is it, May 5th of next week,
Yeah,
right?
May
Log
5th.
it. Yeah, yeah, log it for May 5th of next week. And then then let me know when it's in so I can go in and check it out and see if
Oh,
everything's good.
okay.
Okay, cool, cool. So other than that, man, again, congratulations on joining the team. Glad to have you. We have a client call every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can join, that'd be great. You can ask me even more questions. You can meet the guys. It's a great time, bro. Great time. So, other than
Okay.
that, man, if you need any more questions, just shoot me a text, okay?
All right, no problem.
All right, Joel. Catch you later.
All right, catch you later.